deep, really tackling a fascinating question
Oh, yeah.
about this sort of intersection between scientific truth and religious belief,
Yeah.
right? Like, how do those two worlds kind of collide or coexist,
Right.
or maybe even clash?
Yeah.
Um, and our main source, our main lens for this is an excerpt from Religion Fails the Scientific Test of Truth.pdf,
Okay.
which is it's a really pointed title.
It is.
Um, but it gives us this direct perspective on how truth is viewed from a scientific point of view and what that means for how we understand beliefs.
Yeah.
So in this deep dive, what we really want to do is try to pull out those core insights
Right.
from this scientific perspective
Right.
so that you can get a better handle on how science approaches knowledge,
Right.
and how that differs from, the claims that are often made in religious contexts. One of the things that really struck me when I was first reading through this source was the author's background.
Okay.
He talks about growing up in the Bronx, being fascinated by the Hayden Planetarium.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking about, how scientists often seem to be drawn to the unknown. Like they're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Almost like they find comfort in those big questions.
I think that's a really good point. That comfort with the unknown, with those big questions.
Yeah.
I think that really highlights a key difference in how science and religion approach these really big existential questions,
Yes.
right? Like they both deal with the really big
Yeah.
questions of existence, but their methods are really different.
Yeah.
Science is all about objective, verifiable evidence.
Right.
Things we can test, things we can measure, whereas religious truths, they're often based on personal faith,
Yes.
revelation, tradition, things that you kind of have to accept.
Right.
So right from the beginning, you have these two very different ways of looking at the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.